ready now.
You should all have switched over to a new scene.
It's black everywhere. 1 second.
I
That's
see
not good.
mouses.
Hold on.
I don't think it's supposed to have dynamic lighting.
Hold on.
No.
So many mouses on the screen.
La, la,
So
la, la,
funny.
la, la, la,
Okay.
la.
Can you see it yet?
No,
Really?
really.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk with you again. Okay, give me a second here.
What the hell is that?
That
Oh,
was
is
like
it easier to do whisper rolls now? Oh my god, it is.
It is.
It is.
Blind
it
GM
is.
roll. What?
Yep, it makes it so that you can't see the results of the roll. Only I can.
Oh.
Hmm.
Alright, hold on.
What kind of
Wait a second.
situation would you want to do that in?
Um,
Not
some
sure.
DMs might actually require that.
I literally couldn't even begin to tell you. Sorry.
what? Where you roll privately to yourself?
Roll
No,
privately
where
to the
you-
GM and you can't see the result.
Yeah.
Oh,
That seems
That's like,
terrifying.
okay. Hold on, give me just a moment. I think I know why it's not
add
showing
some
you
mystery
anything.
to it.
It does.
Like for a story roll, like I think you used to do what,
Mhm.
luck rolls or something like that.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So if you didn't want players to understand how the equation worked,
Sure.
Can I still do
Okay.
this?
Prototype token, vision.
Yes, I
Okay,
can.
so we do 0 units, and then we do bright vision of 1,000 units. Update token. And then I'm going to put you on the board here. Can you all see now?
No.
nope. So
Wait, really?
Really.
Hold on.
really, yeah. I do have one complaint about this over Roll20,
Okay.
and I looked through the settings and I couldn't find it. I missed the virtual dice.
There's a module for that if you really want them.
I do. That would be awesome.
Okay, I'll enable them next session because I have to restart the server to enable a new module.
Isn't that the one where we had to sit here waiting
Oh,
for
there
the
we
dice to
go.
Oh, hey.
Look, there it is.
Okay, yep.
The little
Yep.
the little white ball. Look at it.
Yep.
Look
Look
So
at
I'll
it.
put you over in the middle of the Athenium.
Beat it up.
Beat it up. I love how we all chased it at the same time, kind of like.
I'm just watching your mice like chase the ball across the screen.
A bunch of cats after a fucking
Get
like
it.
yard ball.
Might as well be, right?
Okay.
We could fuck with some cats with this particular.
Okay. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking play some Duggins and Diggins.
That was
Friends,
Nerfner.
That was
where we last left off, you had returned from your journey all the way through floor 3, the teeth, and begin your.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna forget if I don't bring this up. Where the fuck did Amalia get an undead eyeball? Specifically, an undead eyeball encased in a gem worth at least 150 GP. That is
What?
such a specific material component for Shadow
do
of
we-
Moyle.
Oh, no, I think we decided because... What was it? Because the eyeball didn't have to be worth anything, but the gem did.
Oh,
So we decided that we would just have the gemstone because it needed a price, and then the eyeball would be considered my spellcasting focus.
an undead eyeball.
I mean, we
We
could
did-
have found one.
Yeah, we
Why
fought
is-
tons
why
of
is the ball
undead.
talking?
Why is the ball? What do you mean? Why is the ball talking?
I
I found the gemstone with the eyeball in it. Why is the eyeball talking then? Never mind.
no, I don't. Mysterious talking blue energy ball.
Why can I talk through it?
Yeah, why am I party vision? What?
So, hold on. I'm gonna put y'all's tokens on the board here. I want you to select your token. Like, oh my god, you can.
You don't have to
That's-
select it. It needs to be on the board.
That's actually fantastic.
That's fucking incredible. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's fucking wild. Okay. This program's cool as hell. Oh, okay. So if I don't have anything selected, then it will just default to my name. Okay.
Okay,
What
cool.
happens if I do that? Oh, it still defaults
No,
to me.
because you have a default character.
Yeah.
One second. Hi. Oh my god, it says it on top of your text messages on your
Yeah.
token.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we were freaking out about.
Oh,
I have one more question.
Uh-huh.
How do I change my player avatar?
I don't know. Eve knows how to do that.
player avatar, you mean...
I think you have to go to the Forge website. So you'd have to go back to the Forge website and like another tab.
The
Okay.
player avatar is still, the same as your guys's. I don't know how to change it in-game.
Also gonna be real. I can't see player avatars, so...
Well, I don't think any of us have one selected because, like, if I go to player configuration, right under my name, right-click your name, player configuration, there's a box
There's a
for it,
little... Yeah.
but I can't do anything with it. I can change like character and stuff.
Yeah, it's because y'all don't have access to y'all don't have access to my assets, which is where that's pulling from. I'm pretty sure you have to do it on the website itself. Because if I right-click mine, oh no, it doesn't. Never mind. It still shows me as default, even though I definitely have an avatar selected for Foundry. Forge.
I do too, technically. I mean...
Do you want an avatar put there?
I'm just curious what all that affects if there is one.
Yeah, I want to see if it does.
Let's fucking find out. Hold on.
Yeah.
How do I do the thing?
You won't be able to do it. I'm gonna manually assign it. Give me just a second here.
I have Ralph's picture if you want to put that there. No. I know what I want there.
Well, for right now, I'm just gonna put something temporary there.
Okay.
Why data? There's Rel's token. And then can I save the configuration? Okay, you have a player avatar now.
View player avatar. Okay.
Ooh, I can see it. Awesome.
Where do you see it at?
I can left-click view player avatar.
Oh, okay.
Nobody else
Gotcha.
has anything selected, so I can't.
Oh.
Okay.
What did that do? Put him to the chat.
It cleared.
Oh, neat.
There's a clear chat button.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So it's useful for like.
If you want to pop up their picture or token.
Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. Okay. Cool.
I'd still like that though.
Sure. If you want to send me a picture or something, I can upload it to my assets later. For right now, I'm just gonna put it as all your character tokens.
Awesome.
Okay. Dankeschön.
And then spirit, player configuration, we'll go to my assets, into data, and into Amalia token.
D&D.
I see you, Amalia.
Israel.
oh no.
Look, it has a chat box. It's so cool. All right. All right. Are we ready for the fourth time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
great.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This is
a
what
new
the session's
bubble.
for. This is a new toy, and there's lots of fun to be had with it. So, let's go ahead and before we start, I did want to show y'all. Let's see here. Oh no, I'll fuck with that later. So where we last left off, you had just returned from your journey through the Teeth. You had destroyed the Illithids, Rame, and Thetis. In addition to freeing many of their thralls and also dealing with the gnolls and hobgoblins that are local to the Teeth. You had many people rescued, and on working your way all the way into Whelm, the next floor, you met the strange lich named Ronan, who is kind of the guardian of that particular floor. Maybe a bit more lazy than the word guardian seems to imply. You did pass his test, and so you were allowed to travel on into Whelm, and he did agree to allow the other refugees that you had with you in Whelm as well, as long as they only were there to use his teleportation circles or they were from here. Several of the refugees you had with you were from Whelm, and so they did follow you through, and he did have a boat prepared for you. and they took that boat and will bring you back another one, or bring the boat back to you at some point. In the meantime, you led the rest of the refugees back into the camp through Ronan's teleportation crystals, and you were immediately apprehended by the Vigil for questioning, along with the rest of the refugees, and you were, it was not a good time. Bryce definitely seems to have had his attitude change pretty drastically since the last time you had actually spoken to him at length, and he was angry and suspicious and strange. You confronted Bryce, though not entirely by choice, and then thanks to some clever spellcasting and doing some big brain shit with telekinesis, you actually managed to separate the seed of Ong that Bryce was in possession of from him. This, however, rendered Bryce very dead, about as dead as you could be, as without the seed keeping him animated, he was really just no more than kind of an automaton at that point. With Bryce dead, his sister kind of swept in and assumed control of the situation. Katarina Cromwell, she is a figure that you've only met a few times. She's well respected in the Vigil, though she's not actually that high ranking. In this situation, it seems most people are just kind of deferring to her as a de facto emergency leader, even though there's like a hierarchy and they're kind of ignoring it. She swept in and ordered Bryce's body to be brought out for inspection and perhaps help. In addition, Akira has been summoned to see if he can maybe provide assistance here, as he does know quite a few particularly powerful spells. However, you are still waiting for that. The rest of you, the party actually broke up into a couple of different pieces. Xiao went with Poe to go scan the camp, looking for specifically any kind of imposters, illusionists, or oozes. And Rel entered into the private chamber that the Pact was using, the Triumvirate was using, during their secret meetings. Currently, it has been abandoned for quite some time, it seems, as it has fallen out of use. I believe you went with Rel, and Amalia, I don't actually remember what you said you were doing at the end.
You can
I
come
don't
with us.
actually remember either.
I think you were watching what Katarina was doing.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll be honest, the last thing I remember was Poe pointing out cons at Ash.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So, your defeat of Bryce here in the wake of that, what are you guys doing? Specifically, you three. Xiao is off doing his own thing now.
Wait, what the fuck? Foundry note. Use this to check all the various uses of sorcery points for the sorcerer. Note the limited uses is set to the base default of 2 per long rest. Please.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking at Font of Magic. It's like under active.
Yeah.
And it's like apparently I can edit it and like actually put in my. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I'm not gonna worry about it.
You have your sorcery points further down.
Yeah.
There's 12 of them.
Yeah, I see that.
Gotcha.
Wait. I should have 13.
You're
you
level
should have
12,
No.
not 13.
Oh, you're level 12, so now you
Yeah.
should have 13. Yes, that's correct. Because, you
Well, no,
gain
I'm
one
level
whenever you
11 in Sorcerer.
Oh, then you should have...
I should have 13.
Yeah, then you
because
should have 13. That's correct.
Yeah.
Because you have 2 additional ones.
Yeah.
So, because you have 1 from your ring and you have 1 from Haruka.
1 from my ring.
Is it not from your ring that you gained that extra
No,
one?
it was from feat before you changed it. It gave me an extra meta magic option and 1 sorcery point.
That's right. Meta Magic Mastery. I remember that.
Yeah.
Neat.
Okay. Amalia, what are you doing? Currently, there are probably upwards of 24, maybe more than that, really, probably like 30 or 40 people gathered in the Athenaeum. Bryce's body has been placed upon a table, and you can see Katarina talking with one of the Vigil healers. You've seen this person around a couple times. They're kind of like a well-known priest within the Vigil. Basically, they're called a nullifier, is their actual title, but they know healing magic and anti-magic, and they're just shaking their head at Katarina. You can't see what's being said, but he's just shaking his head at her right now, and she's just kind of looking defeated.
Probably assume, but he's telling her he can't do anything.
Yes, sorry. This dude is a plant, and I don't, I'm not a gardener, so...
That's a druid thing? I think we're gonna need a druid.
You know all those druids you just banished? Yeah, we might need to call them back.
Oh yeah, that's something else we need to figure out.
Mm-hmm. Because as of right now, most of the Mages Association is missing.
Is
They are gone.
expelled.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Poe go again?
Poe's with Xiao. They're both in the Ford camp, or they're heading to the Ford camp right now. They're going to try and scan the Ford camp with locate creature.
Right, okay.
They are looking for some Oozes.
To be honest, I don't really know what to do.
It's fine. Rel, what did you have in mind with the room here?
Yeah, I wanted to say Tyranthor's voice out loud.
Okay. You walk into the room, shut the door behind you, and you were with Rel as well, right?
Yeah.
You were
Actually,
I was
Rel
like, I don't want us to come back in this room and find you dead, just in case.
Actually, I think his name first.
You just think the name?
Yeah, like try to reach out, I guess.
Okay.
Like I did previously.
Just mentally.
Yeah.
Just thinking. I want you to go ahead and roll me a just a intelligence ability check.
Okay. I think I just click this. Yeah. Boom. And boom.
Okay, 17. There's a moment of silence. You're thinking, and you're like, I'm gonna have to say this out loud, before you finally hear the voice kind of creep in. It's been a minute, Rel.
Interesting. Oh right, Haruka's dead.
I know. I was there, watching, waiting, hoping. I'm glad that she's gone.
So we had a deal.
We did, didn't we? I don't have my notes in front of me. What the fuck was the deal?
It was I was asking for knowledge on altar.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
I do see the lights, right?
Are you looking for them?
Well, I mean, my passive perception would have picked them up.
Okay. Yeah. You do. So, there's a brief pause in his tone and demeanor seem to shift for a second. Rel, I want you to do something for me. Can you go ahead and just roll a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh no. 12.
12. Okay. Your head splits open. Just the worst imaginable pain in your mind that you can really ever feel. You're gonna take.
Oh god.
29 points of psychic
Holy
damage.
shit! Ow.
Yeah, 29 points of psychic damage as you just hear him cackle out loud. A deal is a deal. A gift to you. And your brain just goes fuzzy for a second. And then you find that you have little bits of recollection all of a sudden as the pain dies down. It's not like a lasting headache. It's like somebody just hit you in the head with a hammer and then it never happened.
Oh.
And then you're thinking, you're pretty sure you know what altar is now. It's something a little different than what most people seem to be assuming. It's not tied to Aether in any possible way. It's not tied to Umber in any possible way. It's something other. There's really no better way to describe that. It's not related to the typical forms of magic, which one could assume, but this is a little bit more of a deeper understanding of Altar and the way it interfaces with Aether and Umber, and you're fairly certain you can apply this knowledge to spells. So basically what you'll get from this is you can choose one of three effects from this altar, from the application of Altar here. The first one is you can go ahead and gain a additional meta magic option. You can make it so that you regain sorcery points on a short rest equal to your proficiency bonus, or you can go ahead and choose 3 more sorcerer spells to add to your sorcerer list.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I would say one of the first two.
You also
sounds
gain
juicy.
actual real knowledge of Altar as well. You don't know exactly what it is, but you gain most of Tyranthor's knowledge of Altar. He knows quite a bit about it. He's fairly knowledgeable on the subject. And you understand that Altar is, really the only way to describe it is alien. Where Aether creates life and Umber destroys it. Altar is something that's been introduced from the system from the outside. It's not something that grew from the inside the system, and it's not something that's part of the actual rules of magic. It is something that has been forcibly introduced to the system of magic. You also know that it is basically everywhere, and you know that dragons are conduits for Altar, though they were not originally.
Huh.
Yep. So, additional meta magic option, you gain your proficiency bonus number of sorcerer points back on short rest, or you get 3 new spells, sorcerer spells, to add to your list.
Let me
Mhm.
write those down. I'm gonna need a.
I'm also going to message you something that I'm not going to actually. You're going to gain a flaw from this as well.
Oof.
Okay.
Yep.
I think you may have touched the shadow.
It's possible.
Craziness. Because he was labeled as a mad scientist. I had to guess.
While you're messaging me that, would you also message an abbreviated version of those 3 choices?
Sure.
Thank you. I want to.
And also, honestly, I can say the flaw out loud. It's not like a secret flaw or anything. It's a pretty obvious one, but so there's the flaw. And this is the word unable is very literal here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's going to be new meta magic option. I forgot about this deal for the longest time, and then you were like, we had a deal. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. What? You did have a deal. That's right. I thought it was finished.
Nope.
Fuck.
Nope.
You get a new meta magic option. You gain 3 sorcerer spells, or you gain. There you go.
Okay. Can I have some examples of that unable to resist?
Sure.
I guess let me give an example. So the book I found on Altar. He said unable to resist. If I had figured out that he had that book,
as a character flaw, you would probably have found a way to get that book somehow, even if you didn't want to part with it.
Okay, all right.
So
it doesn't have to make me stupid. Just
no, it doesn't have to make you stupid.
Okay.
But you are kind of almost compelled to acquire new information on Alter, which, as you do this, by the way, Rel would know what's happening. She studied the shadow enough as well. This is something that happens when you interact with the shadow. People that interact with the shadow and make deals with the shadow end up falling more and more into that same pattern that the shadow follows of, I need to acquire information. Which is interesting because it's up to this point, you know, you're not really sure if Tyranthor is the shadow or is like an agent of the shadow or anything else, but seems to be related.
Could literally be a fragment of the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
So, I tried to reach out to you after we killed Haruka. You said you were there.
I was. It is occasionally impossible for me to make myself present. There are restrictions in place.
Right, there's this floor that we're on is your domain, and
Correct. The others, they find me a little hard to deal with. At times, perhaps they grow tired of me, but that is not how I feel about them. I just want them to die.
what would that accomplish?
It would let me move more freely into the other floors. Spread my influence.
And what would you do with more influence?
The master is deep below. I'd like to meet them in person just once.
Before you kill him.
Yes. For imprisoning me here all these years. I was a great scientist once, a studier of souls, and he made me into this. It's not fair.
So why did he imprison you?
Because he needed me. He wanted my information. He said that I would be useful, that I would be an excellent addition to the team, and that I could offer him things the others couldn't. He seduced me with his sweet words. And then I was here, bound forever.
I talked to one of the guardians on another floor. And they said that the master tends to extend invitations to talented wizards, which sounds like you were.
Invitations is one way to put it. It was more of a coercion. A trap. Unfair, but clever.
So, he manipulated you into false beliefs.
He told me that things would be good, and I would have free reign of my domain down here, and he would provide me with unlimited resources. In the meantime, he worked against me. The master viewed me as an asset and a rival. And so a rival eliminated.
Okay. This seems to imply that you had a physical body at one point.
I did. It was such a nice one. So big and strong. And angry. My wings could blot out the sun. But no. Now I don't do that anymore.
Wings?
Wings, yes. Long ago.
Might I ask what kind of wings?
The kind that draw fear from every creature around them. If you're asking if I was a dragon, I think you might be onto something.
Can I insight check that?
Yes, roll an insight check.
I can do this from here, right? And then I do
Correct.
that.
Yep.
Did that do the thing?
Mhm.
Did the thing?
It did.
21.
21, pretty good. Seems truthful. Or about as truthful as Tyranthor seems to be able to be.
That's fair.
Like on the truth scale, like every seems truthful gets converted to a probably mostly true with Tyranthor.
Interesting.
With small white lies in there.
Oh fuck! I had another question I wanted to ask. Hang on. I just had it.
Was it about butts?
No.
Oh.
Oh, I remember. Okay. Two questions actually.
Mhm.
I've been wondering for a while. Your voice seems to shift between two.
4, 5, maybe. It depends on the mood. What about it?
I was just curious as to why it was. You said you were a scientist.
Of sorts.
Dragons are a foreign concept to me. How does that work?
What do you mean?
Well, you sought, gathered knowledge. And a scientist implies that you performed experiments.
That's correct.
Maybe this is a silly question. Or maybe you had hirelings that did experiments for you, but experiments as I know them, well, dragons are large.
Not always. Dragons take many forms. No true dragon would be complete without their ability to become something else. Something different. Lesser, but different.
Oh.
How do you think that dragons exist? I assure you, normal copulation is not viable in our original forms with humans.
I'll be honest, I hadn't put much thought into it.
Well, now you know.
Indeed, thank you.
Facepalm.
Dragons can assume humanoid forms and those of lesser creatures.
to allow them to shapeshift into them.
Correct.
That sounds very similar to an ooze.
Our shape-shifting ability does not require us to consume someone. We just assume that form.
Oh, I thought you said consume earlier. Okay.
Oh, no. He said dragons can assume humanoid forms and
Okay.
those of lesser creatures.
Okay.
Mhm.
But only those of the truer blood.
So, full dragons.
Correct.
So here's a interesting development I have recently discovered that I would like to bring up with you. Are you aware that what remains of the world is flooding? That is to say, the landmass is shrinking beneath the water. Sinking?
I am. But I'm afraid we're getting into a topic that I will not discuss with you.
Why is that?
Because it is a secret as old as time, and not one for you to know.
Why am I not to know?
All will be revealed soon. Within your lifetime, I would say. Give it 20, 30, 50 years. It depends on how long you live. And if you make it out of here alive, maybe you'll get to see what happens.
That secret that you so desire there. It is one that some of your kind are far too aware of. Perhaps do not share this information about the melting.
A little late for that.
Unfortunate.
Nonetheless, there is nothing they can do. It has already begun. This has been an interesting partnership, and I appreciate your assistance. Now, I have another task for you.
I perhaps have an interest in doing said task. What is it?
In the endless ocean, there is a beast far below the waves. His name is one that I dare not even consider. He is ferocious and all-powerful, but only in his physical form.
I want his soul. Bring it to me.
How am I supposed to do that?
I'm sure you'll find a way.
Gonna be real honest, I don't know anything about souls. Or soul magic.
There are certain magics which you may research. One spell in particular you might look for allows you to trap the victim of a soul, or the soul of a victim, within a cage. Typically speaking, this must be a humanoid that can be altered with your specific talents.
And why do you want a soul?
Why do I want anything? Power. With a soul like that, I could have a physical body again.
So, question.
Yes.
If the soul has so much worth and power, what do I get in return for giving it to you?
He ponders for a moment before he finally answers.
What if?
I told you the location of an ancient artifact down here in Deep Hollow. Hidden away so well that I don't think you could ever find it without me. And this artifact would grant you quite a lot of power. It's something that I can't use, but something I'm sure you would make quite a use of.
I don't know. You're asking for something very specific in return for something vague? I don't know what this
Then
artifact does.
what is your specific request?
What's the artifact do?
It allows you to change your form into something greater than your own. For a moment in time. The form it allows you to change into is variable, and with enough effort can be decided by you. If you have other requests, I'm more than happy to negotiate. Also, you note his demeanor has significantly changed now that Haruka's dead. His voice normally shifts very frequently. It's shifted much less frequently in this conversation, and it seems to be getting even more stable. Like a touch of insanity that's been satisfied.
Perhaps I can think on this and get back to you.
Excellent. I would love a response. Oh, and Relindra, do be careful with that egg. It is quite precious. We'll talk later.
You feel the presence recede. I like to imagine Terrell just looks down at the ground and says, "Bitch."
It was more like the meme of like the guy like inhaling and like opening his mouth and holding his finger and then like putting it back down like.
I don't have anything to say to that.
Well, shit. That was out loud.
Okay.
Did you enjoy your little talk? Do you need some healing?
Do you want some life advice?
Yes. Sure.
Don't fuck with entities.
I think mine is more
You said to
docile.
the warlock.
Yeah.
I think mine is far more docile than yours is. Or whatever he is to you.
I am not sure I'm going to be very trusting of anything with whatever the fuck divine.
Use your words. It's okay.
I don't even know how to describe him.
I would say insane.
How do you describe your deity? What would you use to physically describe it?
Quiet.
Meanwhile, Emodius is like, "What the fuck's up, bitches? I'm here."
Stares at my raven and a raven.
So you never actually talked to your
No,
patriot?
no.
Oh.
She's been quiet each time, or it's been quiet each time I've tried to talk to it.
Would not recommend.
That, and you're forgetting that I literally told you a while ago. It was a memory of a memory. And it was a woman in a cloak lifting her hand up for a raven to land on it, saying, "I offer you my service." And that's how I got ensnared in that.
Right. Are the lights still here?
I would have seen that they've gone, right?
They're gone.
They're gone.
I'll tell you what he said, but I don't want to say it out loud.
Okay, I mentally probe. Yeah, I'd say, what's up?
Telepathically, I respond. He has an interest in the dragon egg, and he wants me to collect a kraken soul for...
I fucking hate you. I like how you're just like, it's a kraken.
Yeah, I mean...
It's the only thing big enough in an ocean to be terrifying.
I guess that's fair. Would Rel know what a kraken is? Would she know the myth of a kraken?
You know the myth of a kraken, but to get specific information, roll a... This would be, I would say, a religion check.
Okay, to be fair, I, as a player, don't have specific information about a kraken. I just assumed it was a kraken.
That's fine. You don't actually know if it's a kraken or not, but I will say you're pretty close.
Alright, I'll forego the religion check because I feel like Rel wouldn't know specific details.
That's fine.
I will assume it is a kraken, though.
That's fine.
You've had plenty of memories, so if you describe it to her, she might know.
Oh, there's also on Haruka's map. There's a kraken.
Yeah, there is a kraken.
There is.
So
that's true.
That's why I assumed that. Okay. All right.
Haruka does know what the creature is, so or did know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. He wants the soul of a kraken, to manifest a physical form. He was also a dragon. In life, apparently. He says the master tricked him into coming here with the promise of unlimited reign over this domain down here, and the promise of endless resources to pursue. This is me connecting dots, but to pursue his own experiments. He offered me an artifact that he claims is so well hidden, we would not be able to find it without him.
Ooh, that sounds like a challenge.
I figured you would find it that way. So, this artifact is capable of changing you into, to put it in his words, a being of more potent power, more powerful being. And
So
he said in
polymorph.
time with my, he said in time I would find unique uses for it with my powers. He also offered, if that does not suit my fancy, negotiation of something I may want. And I have a plan.
What kind of plan?
Did I tell you of the deals that were made?
How many deals have you made?
2.
Okay, tell me the details of them.
Well, the first was to kill Haruka, and exchange for knowledge on altar. The second was to free him.
I don't think freeing a thing without a body is a good thing.
No, I don't.
Or
think
giving
so.
him a body.
There's further questioning that needs to be done, yes. However, I am inclined to agree.
Further study must be accomplished.
Yes. Questions for later.
While this is all happening, Amalia, you're kind of outside. You watch them go into the room, and then you walk over and you see Bryce on the table. They have now, like, the physicians for the vigil, they are not fucking shy about cutting up some bodies. Yeah, it's not even that gruesome because it's like they just opened up a moldy garden. It's just vines and plants. There's nothing else there. It's practically not even really a body at this point. And Katarina is kind of overseeing what they're trying to do. Most of the vigil now have dispersed, and not dispersed, but they've kind of been forced to back away from the center of work here. And you see there's probably 2 lead physicians right here. Katarina's overseeing both of them, and she kind of steps over near you and so your friends and you are the ones that killed my brother, sort of. She just kind of side eyes you.
I mean, technically, yes.
Okay, good.
Good.
Do you think that he was savable? While alive, I mean. Or I guess not alive.
There was one thing that was mentioned that might have been able to save him. But none of us knew how to do it.
Do you know what that was?
Something called a soulbind?
She thinks on that for a second. I'm afraid I don't know how to do it either. I wonder where it's quite peculiar because none of our healers can reach out to him. It's like his soul is just destroyed. Do you think this thing ate his soul?
Out of character, did we not say anything?
Nope.
You did not.
No.
Nobody said anything. You just put the necklace on him and then took it off.
Yeah.
That was before Katarina even walked into the tent.
Yeah, we were talking to Poe, and I figured that information would be best kept away from them until we get the artifact, not so cursy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're gonna want to put it on.
I don't know what to tell her. Suddenly have many much regrets.
Just tell her you did something.
That's just gonna raise more questions, and I don't want to die.
I meant the character you, not you. You. God damn it.
Get a taste of your own medicine.
You did I did something? Who did something?
We did something.
We did something.
No, not your action, our action.
Comrade!
Comrade!
It's our decision.
Bryce's soul. No, our soul.
So we did agree not to say anything about it.
This seems to be what happened. I was a little fuzzy on the details with that one, but that apparently is what happened, yes.
Yes.
I don't remember agreeing to anything.
I just remember y'all didn't say anything to anyone. You just kind of did it.
I forgot.
I said it to Poe.
Yeah, Poe does know. She watched it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell her.
She's just like, she's watching and she just seems to be waiting for a response. Like maybe 10 seconds have passed now. It's kind of like an awkward silence at this point.
Tell her mom gay.
monkey.
I'm gonna make a judgment call here.
Do it.
Oh, right. You weren't there when it happened.
No, I walked in after he died.
We actually managed to store? Is that the right word? We have his soul in a necklace.
Hold on. She her eyes almost cross from like what you say just now. She stops what she's doing, which is mostly just like looking important. Basically, you can tell she's trying not to falter in front of all these people, and she just stops. She drops both her arms to the side, which she's been very composed up to this point. Turns around, looks at you directly, and she goes, "Excuse me. Can you repeat that?"
You're gonna get stabbed.
I am gonna get stabbed. We wanted more time to try and... Oh, I don't know how to word this.
Well, you might want to word it somehow.
We wanted more time to try and find a way to bring him back, but given the state of his body, that's not gonna happen very easily. So we made a quick judgment call and stored his soul in a necklace that we found.
That is
and
cursed.
our shut up. So that we might be able to find a way to bring him back, if that ends up being what he wants.
And you didn't think to tell anybody about this? I feel like this would have been pertinent information.
I just kind of kill things in the group. They don't tell me much.
Fucking oof.
Throw us all under the bus.
Fucking oof.
I mean, am I wrong?
I hit things with sword. They point. I hit. Please don't kill.
Am I wrong?
I mean, a tiny bit, but no, not really.
Most of the talking, and I'm just like, I have axe. I might as well be a barbarian.
I was about to say, I'm a barbarian, I cast spells.
No, Amalia is smart.
Fucking,
Oh my god.
a Mulbarian.
Oh god.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
God.
please no.
Listen, there is a Warlock Barbarian multi-class build that you can go where you just use Flame Shield on yourself and walk in the middle of all the enemies.
Oh, is that the Phoenix domain?
No. God damn it. So she looks she's you can tell she's like somewhere between upset and also just like fuck it, what else can go wrong today? And after a few moments she kind of just can I have the necklace?
Who has the necklace?
You has the necklace.
Which you?
Me, you.
Me, you, or you?
Me, you.
Oh my god.
I'm deleting this campaign.
Please do.
I'm so done. I don't want it anymore. This is what I get for standing around making sure nobody dies.
No, you make sure the right people die.
This is true. That is
Yes,
what you
it's
do.
very true.
Fair. I believe it's with you right now.
No, I don't have it.
No.
God damn it. Fuck you. But not the character, like you, Rin.
I love this. Chaos! I love it.
Her name is you. I don't know. I want to just start calling her Bard thing.
I almost made an out of character confession, but I feel that wouldn't be very appropriate right now, so I'm not going to.
An
Okay,
out of
excellent.
character. What?
Oh my god.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Rel's
worried
like planning to kill you at the end of the campaign.
No.
Xiao!
This is, when I say out of character, I mean me personally. It has nothing to do with Rel.
Oh, I got you. Oh,
We're
God,
getting plenty of giggles out of it, which is what I was aiming for.
fucking hate you so much. Both you and the character.
Heart.
She waits.
No,
So
with
you. Oh, so your friend is named you.
yes, she went
That's
with
dumb.
Rel. Yeah, tell me about it.
Wait, okay. I know that's a popular name over in like Mivanin and the Silver Isles, but I feel like maybe we. I'm not gonna comment on it today. Very well. I will go find your friend then.
I will say,
After.
I
Mhm.
think the reason they might not have mentioned anything yet was because the necklace is cursed. However, it doesn't put Bryce's soul in danger. It only, what was it? It makes the person who wears it confused.
And it auto-attunes.
Well, it also seems to have the effect of confusing people that aren't wearing it because I'm very confused at the moment. Very
Understandable.
well. So Bryce's soul is safe
Yes.
and reachable. Okay. Have your friends meet me at the main. Have your friends meet me at the main tent sometime later tonight, please.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to work out this mess, and she kind of gestures loosely to the the group of Vigil that's around her right now. So the encounter with Tyranthor ends about here, and from there, Reldial partnerships like
So what's your plan exactly?
Right. So, he wants me to release him, in exchange for. Please hold. I have to open my journal and actually fucking like read on this.
he wants you to release him for big butts.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And you wish supposed to go to
Yes,
floor 5.
no.
So.
Valid. Tyranthor is like, I only want one of two things, really. If you could either bring me the soul of a Kraken or that new Sir Mix-a-Lot tape, that would be one of the two. Really, that's all I need. Also trying to find a token for Katarina. Oh, hey, never mind, found one. Nope, never mind. That's can't use that as a token. Crud. What are you looking for, Real?
So. The first deal was to kill Haruka. As a note,
Uh-huh.
I have here written in my notes that Tyranthor was supposed to help kill Haruka.
He was.
He didn't.
And he didn't.
Didn't. He did help you. He did help you, in a way. He granted you Warlock Initiate. He gave you some spells.
Give me a cantrip.
That is nothing.
Technically,
It is help. Yeah. It's the
Good to know.
best way to weasel out of a deal is to give the bare minimum.
That answered a question I had about him, so good to know. Thank you. So he was supposed to help kill Haruka. He told me about her ring. Told me I get to keep the ring. Not that I had plans on giving it over to something that couldn't even wear the ring. So yeah.
We would have gotten it eventually anyway.
The deal was I kill Haruka, he gives me information on Alter. The second deal was to help release him from his prison in exchange for any knowledge I might seek that is within his power to give.
How did
So-
the one with the altar go?
Well, I have come to the conclusion that he likes to weasel out of things. So, I have a plan. And I'll be honest, the temptation of... Well, first, I'm scared to break a deal, as I don't know what power he holds over me. Second, I personally don't like to break deals. But now, if we were to, let's say, release him and magically bar the exit and then lock him away again...
Or put him in a stone where he can't get away.
Regardless, if we were to release him from his prison, no matter how briefly, and immediately put him into another prison, I have not broken the deal.
True. That is technically true. But we need to make sure it's a foolproof plan, and we have a backup for that backup.
I already have plans.
So, do we do the Kraken deal too?
I don't know yet. I'm thinking,
But,
if I can figure out what having a physical body would allow him to do,
it would probably hinder us into not being able to trap him very easily.
that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. I told him that I would think on it, and I haven't said yes or no yet.
Good choice. It leaves it open, but you're not technically saying no. Or yes. Though I think he's banking on you saying yes.
I think it's too. I needed more information on two things. First off, what would happen if he had a physical body? What would allow him to do? Second off, what is his prison? What is he imprisoned within?
I had to guess this floor. Because he did appear in Yuli's
Then-
area when she was gone.
Why is his prison on floor 5?
Technically, it would be the top floor. Though they could have, kind of like how Yuli had in her body, a gym somewhere? Maybe? And somehow magically assigned to a certain floor? Or the gym could be on this floor. Hidden by anything. An ooze, an army, a camp.
I'm not sure I'm getting the whole picture.
I imagine, since this is his floor, we can either look on other floors for more information about him, or maybe slim possibility there might be information in this library or the second library we ran into.
What if, I don't know if it's possible, what if his prison is indeed on floor 5, but his consciousness is projected to this floor?
It's quite possible. Would that be the same for the Lich? But I don't think so.
No, but he's a guardian.
But Tyranthor was a guardian too. And he died.
He was?
From the Lich.
He was.
Oh.
Ronan told you that.
Oh. All right.
This is what the Lich said.
Okay.
So he either has
So-
a hidden temple here.
So then what we can surmise from this was the Guardian of Floor 5.
Probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. But we never got details on how he was dispatched. Just that they were getting reports of the same thing of him being here.
Right. I have to think on this. And I need to do some reading.
Maybe there might be something in this library?
That's what I'm hoping.
If-
Go ahead.
If not, we've got that frozen library to check as well.
I'm thinking something will probably be here. That was all. I believe, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Just don't make any deals without at least telling us. Or at least me.
I'm trying.
I don't judge what you into.
I don't judge. I just, have concerns. But losing yourself to madness like he is, probably not best.
You're right, and I appreciate your concerns.
Mm-mm.
Girl's like, shut the fuck up.
You're... And Rel kind of like adopts this like very confuzzled face. As if she's straining really hard to think about something. You know, I've never really had friends.
You really...
Yes, I know. I'm a gigantic bitch who's very self-centered and interested in her own designs, and
It was a tease. It was a tease.
But not wrong. So I thank you.
It's not a problem, Ral.
Bitch.
You want to place a bet on how much trouble Amalia's getting herself into?
Wow.
100 silver, kind of?
I'm gonna bet. No. I'll bet 10 silver that she's been stabbed.
Wow.
I'm gonna say flat mix between oh shit and okay, I'm not going to die.
Right. Anyway, I'm done. That was all.
You hugs, Rel. It's alright. I don't have a moral compass very much either. The other two tend to arch that.
I guess I'll return her hug. In a very awkward sort of way. Like, not like awkward as in like, you know, she doesn't really want to do this, but like awkward as in like she's never really done this.
What? How to hug?
How
Yeah.
to hug.
Rel is seen looking up a book it's just called How to Give Hugs.
I wonder if there's actually something in the library for that.
Alright, so the two of you finish your conversation and exit to the secret room. You do see the scene that I described earlier with Amalia. Bryce's body is on a table, and they are kind of not being shy about studying it. Not studying. They're not doing a study like a mage would do. They're doing a study of like, what the fuck is this? How did this happen? And how do we stop that from ever happening again? And after a while, you see Amalia kind of. There's like a large amount of number of vigil around this area, and so you kind of have to look through the small crowd that's gone here, and you see Amalia closer to the center. She's standing next to the redheaded woman, Katarina, who is Bryce's sister, and as you approach, one of the vigil kind of like tries to stop you, and then Katarina goes, "Nope, let them through. I have to talk with them." And they kind of look over to Katarina and look over to you. Yeah, go on in. Move to the side. You enter in, and Katarina. So they've been tearing apart my brother's insides for a little while now, and it's been just such a joy to watch. I heard that you were all responsible for, this, and she kind of motions over to Bryce. However, I'm supposing that it wasn't you who, turned him into a plant.
No.
No.
I felt something was off. We had met a band of what's the word? Deserters.
Mm-hmm.
That one of the
The old
men.
captain.
Yes. He said he had served under Bryce for years, and he had never once seen Bryce yell at someone, and that Bryce was changing. And I tended to agree, but wasn't sure. And that was confirmed when we got back here.
We were all very aware of Bryce's recent mood changes. He's been quite, as much as I love my dear brother, insufferable lately. So this happened, and I'm not going to hold that against you at all. I will say, however, can I have my brother's soul back, please?
Oh, first, Raul pulls out 10 silver. I owe you 10 silver, you.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Just a small bet.
No, you're gonna tell me. I'm tired of not knowing things.
I thought you would totally be stabbed right now, I'm gonna be honest.
What?
I said you would probably be in a mix of trouble and not being stabbed.
Well, you're both wrong.
I mean,
So I think you owe me 110 silver.
I like the way Amalia thinks.
hey, we're going to get a payday, so you can wait until that 110 silver.
I like the idea that we're just talking like super casually about this in front of like the leader of the vigil now.
Katarina has her arms crossed in front of her, and she's got her head tilted to the side, just watching you all. Like you can see her slowly starting to descend into like, I might have to kill these people.
Sorry, we're eccentric. But the triumvirate saw us for what we were worth.
We're odd, but we work.
That
Her
that's
soul,
a better way
her
to sell
brother's
ourselves.
soul.
All right.
I would prefer to break the curse on the item first before you try to talk to him.
And why is that?
I put the collar on before you stepped in that tent. It latched onto me.
She looks around at all the vigil members around her. So do you know what we do here at the vigil?
I wanna ask you a question. If we give it to you, you're gonna put it on right now.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not going to put it on right now. I don't put on cursed artifacts. I'm a vigil mage. I know how curses work.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm quite
listen,
adept at them,
I just didn't
actually.
want you to like put it on and then just start barking in front of that would be really awkward for leadership to start doing all of a sudden.
Hey,
I have done more embarrassing things in front of a larger number of people, I assure you. All I really want right now is to just get my brother's soul out of collar so we can put him into another body.
and how do you presume you're gonna do that? Because I do not want you to put him back in that.
Oh, we can't put him back in that body. And she looks over at it, and you kind of all like follow her gaze. It's like they've basically cut him in half at this point. No, I don't think he'll be going back in there. The Vigil does have a specific method of handling situations like this. However, when we've managed to save a soul before it departs the afterlife, blah, 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 and we can place you in a temporary body until we get you resurrected. It is expensive, but we do happen to have a reserve of materials specifically for this purpose.
Can I hijack one of those usages?
For what?
Well, we have Yuli, which was one of the Floor Guardians, and we need to put her back in her body, but we don't know how.
Do you have her body?
Yes.
Is it intact?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Ish.
is it rotten?
No, it's a suit of armor with the skeleton in it.
Your face just like changes immediately. Oh.
Yeah, the skull's like smashed.
Yeah, we gotta put it together a little bit, but...
We could work on that. I would say that's something we could potentially do in return for your service to, Bryce.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
I have, and I'll be honest, it's a selfish request, although it may not seem it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you all to reopen conversations and probably alliances with the Mages Association and
Explorers Guild.
That will not be for me to decide. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make those decisions, and I am with you on this. I think that it would be very beneficial to us all. We were all, most of us, in fact, were rather angry with Bryce for his decisions. But that is what happens when you have unilateral leadership and not democracy. So,
You said, what was that guy's name that was leader of the caravan?
the caravan of deserters.
Yes.
His name started with an R. It's Captain. I'm gonna say Captain Roderick. I don't know if that's what it was, but I know it started with an R, so that's good enough for me.
Would Captain Roderick be in line for
Succession?
yes.
Yes. There are further successors though. In this case, we actually have a small council that would be in charge of the vigil until Bryce is stable.
I would probably recommend him.
And
Bubbles.
given the situation, I do believe the small council is going to bring charges against Bryce. So that's going to be troubling.
To be fair, he wasn't in his right mind. It had mind control effects.
That might matter in another place, but this is the vigil.
So, someone not in control of their actions is still responsible for their actions?
To an extent, it's not about the actions that they did while they were under whatever control. It's about falling under that control to begin with. It's less of a criminal proceeding and more of a security one. My anticipation is that they'll remove him from leadership temporarily, and he'll go back to Solston. And he will be reevaluated at Solston and then reassigned.
Better than being killed.
I see.
Again.
Oh, we don't kill people unless they really do something terrible.
By the looks of it, we got ahead of something terrible.
I would say that's correct. Well, and you hear kind of a hush. There's like Vigil are kind of whispering around you to each other, and you can tell like all of the Vigil are really antsy to talk about this, but they're all on duty right now, so they're all kind of trying to be quiet. and you hear that kind of murmur fall hush for a moment, and you turn and look, and you see Poe and Xiao walking back into camp. Poe seems determined. She's walking with a sense of purpose. Xiao is just kind of like walking beside her, just looking like Xiao. You can tell he's probably tired. He's probably exhausted. He looks like it anyways. But as Poe kind of enters the little ring of vigil that's surrounding Bryce, she looks at Bryce's body, and you see just flinch for a second the second she sees it. And then she looks back at Katarina, and she, sorry for what happened. And Katarina just kind of nods. And for what comes next? And you watch Poe kind of twirl her finger in the air, and a sigil appears in the air, and you hear a voice boom out, and she says, "My name is Poe Blackwood. I am an Ordinator, and I am officially invoking the right of the Ordinator over this cell of the Vigil." There's like a moment of defeat in her voice almost. And if Katarina's eyes could physically pop out of their skull, they would here. They are bulging out of her head right now. And you see all of the Vigil around you just break ranks for a moment just to turn and look at her. And she looks to all of you. She goes, "Things are getting a little more interesting than I wanted them to."
Ooh, what did you find? Who did you find?
I'll tell you later. Xiao just goes, "We found some shit, man.
I look forward to hearing about
We
it.
found some shit, man."
If I had to guess, some oozes are having a little bit too much fun in camp.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the right of the Ordinator?
It's where an Ordinator takes control, I
Very
think.
bad.
Oh, okay.
Short break. Bathroom. Yeah, I'm gonna
Is
go
that
to the
what it is?
bathroom. Yeah, take a short break. Bathroom
Alright.
break.
I'll be right back.
Let's get going then.
Okay.
I gotta switch Discord real quick. I'm hoping Art wasn't missing.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, Poe twirls her finger, and thaumaturgies her voice to just boom out over the room, and she says, "I am Poe Blackwood. I'm the Ordinator of this cell, and I am officially invoking the right of the Ordinator." And you watch all the Vigil kind of like lose their shit for a second. All of them look over to Poe, and then they all immediately regain their shit and become volumetric shit compressors as they all just become the normal stoic Vigil soldiers, and all of them salute Poe. And she looks at all of you, and "I believe things have gotten a lot more interesting than I wanted them to." And Xiao just goes, "We found some shit, man."
Can't
What-
wait to hear it.
What's the right of the Ordinator?
The right of the Ordinator is, it's a right that Ordinators possess that allows us to take control of a cell whenever the leadership of a cell has failed. It's, not typically invoked, as every time it is invoked, there is... it's a lot of red tape. I hate to say that paperwork stops Ordinators from doing their job, but sometimes it does.
Sometimes that has to be done.
Nonetheless, she looks at Katarina. "I don't trust any small council currently, and so I will be in charge of this cell until further notice." And Katarina, you can't just do that. I just did. I'm an Ordinator, and currently I am your superior. Do not argue with this decision, please, Katarina.
Hey, Poe.
Yes.
I have a question for you. 2 questions, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask one of them telepathically. And you, may I? Would you
Yeah, sure. What?
Would you be like, and I say telepathically, ask her what the third letter of every message is supposed to be. Tell her to say it out loud, and relay that to Xiao, and just tell him to nod if that is the correct letter.
Very well.
Second, actually, yeah, just do that.
Okay. I connect to her and say what she just said, and say aloud.
There is an initial resistance, and then your telepathy goes through.
Mm-hmm. We need you to say it.
Okay. She looks around. She looks at you, the character, and then it's S.
And then I jump to Xiao and say, nod if that is the correct word. That is supposed to be our secret word. Letter.
Xiao. Oh. You see him nod.
Oh. One more question. And forgive the suspicion. Not that I don't. It's not that I don't trust you as a person. It's just that I don't trust everything down here.
I wouldn't
would you be
trust
willing
him.
to would you be willing to prick yourself to see the shows that you bleed?
Holds her arm out, and you just see she pulls out a dagger and kind of just stabs herself just enough to draw blood. She's bleeding.
All right.
Ow, that's a 4 damage. Does she? Ow.
Yeah, I want to insight check that. Is she faking?
Yes, this seems to, for all intents and purposes, to be the genuine deal.
Oh.
She knows the password, and she does bleed.
I apologize. Just wanted to make sure we hadn't done that yet.
I see. Well, that's fine. Katarina, at this point, has stormed off. She looks over at Bryce's body. Is there any point in continuing with what you're doing? And one of them, the Megases that is handling the bodies. I don't believe so. I don't think we're going to manage to pull anything out of this one. Then, please, by all means, burn the body.
Can I have a lock of hair? And then I'll burn it. I promise. I need to test something. I don't think reincarnation would work, right?
Reincarnation?
Yeah.
You're not sure?
I thought we already addressed it.
We did discuss it. We did discuss it, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't work.
No.
Never mind then. Ignite that.
Yeah. So, very well. And you see several of honor guards basically come over and pick up Bryce's body and begin carrying it out. And she says, "All right. Secondly, looks at all of you. I'm officially deputizing you from here forward to be deputies of an Ordinator under my authority. From this point forward, you have all of the authority of Poe Blackwood behind you, which happens to be quite a lot at the moment. Do not abuse this. I will have to answer for this later."
We'll try. As long as it doesn't get too messy.
From here...
Why deputize us?
She looks confused at the question. Because you're efficient at what you do, and I can use your help.
She's not wrong.
Okay. Right.
I guess so.
Okay, sorry.
I trust you not to abuse this power. If you do, I'll have to take it away from you, and then I'll get in trouble later, so please don't do that. Regardless, things are going to change somewhat here in the Vigil camp. For the better, I hope. And, I believe we should have a private conversation. Yeah. you there. And she points to one of the honor guards. Go fetch Katarina for me, please. And also, can you retrieve... She lists off a few names, which I don't have handy right now. And the guard... yes, yes, sure, yes, absolutely. She, like, seems confused for a second. And then he salutes her. Yes, Ordinator. And rushes off to go retrieve the said individuals. Looks at all of you. What are your plans for today?
I was going to read some books on the nature of some things down here.
You just look sad and reaches into her bag of holding and pulls out Yin. I was going to bring her back. I'd really like Yin back.
I can set my reading aside.
I can wait a day. It's going to take a day.
Not going to be necessary. Take a few hours for yourself.
It's going to take 8. Yes. And I'm going to be exhausted afterwards.
Very well. Take the day. We will have a meeting tomorrow of the small council, and you. Akira should be here soon. He messaged me not long ago.
Be wary somebody isn't being an imposter.
Xiao just leans in over to all of you, kind of like leans into the huddle. He goes,
We found an ooze. And it just got done killing somebody, man. Like what the fuck?
I didn't actually expect to find anything, but there are apparently oozes here. It's dead, but like, whoa. Was a bit of a shock for me.
And they're probably killing people in camps. Bringing the body to where another ooze can take control of it. Take the form.
I have 2 concerns.
Yes.
How many oozes have you found before this?
3. This would make the 4th, but the others that we found were not as advanced as this one.
Okay. Alright.
We caught this one in the middle of,
Absorbing.
No, stabbing.
Stabbing. That too.
Oh.
We're not sure what exactly the purpose of that was. We think maybe they were trying to take an identity, but they had already assumed one. One of the guards in the camp. Turns out was not one of the guards for the Vigil anymore.
Did you happen to look around? How remote was this area?
It was fairly off the beaten path, honestly.
Were there any cracks that an ooze can go through?
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's possibly an ooze that was waiting for that form.
Yeah. So yeah, continue.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm finished.
Oh, okay. If I sit down to read and I find what I need to read, I will probably be reading for a while, so I would personally prefer to do this before I sit down and start researching.
I can hold off on Yin for another day. Maybe 2. It's been how long now? 4 days, 5?
Yeah, I think it's been about 4 days, we'll say.
The enchantment holds strong, so...
How long do you have to do the ritual?
I don't. Amalia put gentle repose on her,
Oh yeah, gentle repose, okay.
so she wouldn't decay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. OP.
And Xiao does have that prepared now.
Awesome.
Nice. Okay. So, she looks concerned for a moment, but eventually relents and just says that it would be acceptable, but that the meeting would be tomorrow. So you would have a full day before the meeting. Which
Well,
currently it would be later in the day because you guys came through after
Late.
spending time with the Lich, so you were already pretty late. So right now you probably have about another 4 hours left in the day.
Alright.
Well, if it must be tomorrow then. Poe, how familiar are you with the contents of this Athenium, the books specifically?
I'm not.
Is there a manifesto somewhere?
Not that we know of.
Like of the books that have been translated?
Oh, yes. She directs you to an individual. Hold on, I'm gonna have to write down the name. There is an individual within the Vigil, and each one of the associations has their own archivist, and the archivist for the Vigil is Alexius. So she directs you to speak with Alexius.
Thank you.
Of course. For now, I have business to attend to, so take your time. Meet with me tomorrow. We'll be meeting just past dawn.
Where?
Here, in the Athenium.
Okay.
We were just talking to Katarina about removing the curse from this amulet. So you can talk to Bryce's soul.
Understood.
And also getting him a new body, which you guys have the materials for. But I was asking her to Yulai, the floor guardian that was killed by Haruka. She has a body, but we need her face reconstructed and her transferred back into her body.
The Vigil has a process for their leadership to be able to be brought back to life, or essential members. It's extremely expensive, and it takes a long time. But it's not a perfect process. She kind of looks mournful for a second. We know how to bind the soul of an individual to an automaton. Much in the way you described it, Eli. Bryce will have to accept that body for now. As for Eli, I'm sure there was a way that our mages could handle that. I don't know much of that type of magic. But the Maguses are quite well trained.
Are you okay with this, Eli?
I suppose this will do.
Is this UA?
What is it?
Magical guidance.
It might be. Some of the UA got imported to the sheet, and I tried to delete the bits of it that I'm.
No, it's not on my sheet.
What are you seeing?
Sorry. Looking through wiki. I'll look it up on.
Yeah, use D&D Beyond for everything, because that's where we're.
Yeah.
The only two places for official info right now are D&D Beyond and the cheat sheet, where all the feats are. I'm going to be moving all the feats over to D&D Beyond. If you don't find it on the cheat sheet, it's already on D&D Beyond, because I'm deleting them as I put them on there.
Gotcha.
There will be a handful of things that I can't put on D&D Beyond. I can't add new options that are like Eldritch Invocations, Battlemaster maneuvers, class options like that. It won't let me. That's something that they're working on, but we don't. D&D Beyond's customer support is sometimes not great, so.
Alright, I'm entrusting you to do this because she's in a very vulnerable state, and I don't... She helped us a lot, even though her intentions were purely vengeance. And I slowly spit out the ruby.
Okay. Poe picks up the ruby.
Her...
Eli says, "Should you drop me, I will see your head removed." And Poe just kind of smirks a little bit. I don't think that would actually happen, but we'll take care of you.
Oh.
I'm going to put you in a pouch.
Where do I put her body? And her greatsword?
You three, and she points to a couple of Vigil soldiers that are standing guard. Help her move whatever it is that she's moving here.
Just tell me where to put it, and I can take it out of my bag of holding.
Take it to Bryce's tent.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay.
Because her body is huge.
Yeah, it's like 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you manage to, as you walks away, Poe also turns to all of you. Good luck and be careful. There'll be more security, but as of right now, I think we have the situation under control thanks to you. I wasn't sure how to handle this, given the strange nature of the Seed of Ong. I was fearful that that's what happened, but I couldn't prove it.
Well, we technically proved it for you.
Well, thank you, but I have work to do now, so I will see you tomorrow. And she departs the group, and you are left there. You is kind of let off by the three to go ahead and dump off the body. Xiao just goes, "Holy crap, man, like the last couple of hours, really? Like the last, I would say 24 hours have been one of the craziest fucking days of my life. I'm at the real fucking lich, like an actual lich, and then I watched one of the fucking knight captains of the Vigil get possessed by a tree? Like, what?"
Okay, question.
Sure.
In Tasha's Cauldron of Everything,
Mm-hmm.
they introduced optional class features.
They did.
How do those work?
I did cover these. You were allowed to use them, but they are treated as UA. So if you want to use them, you can. They work differently for each class feature, so I can't give you like a generic "this is how this works" answer because it's different every time. So
Okay.
depends on which one you're talking about and all that other stuff. If you're talking about the sorcery points one that allows you to redo like skill checks, I would say no.
Okay.
That one's pretty overtuned. That basically makes you into like a better bard than bards.
Okay.
Yep, gotcha. Alright, so what are y'all doing?
I'm gonna go talk to what's her face.
Who is what's her face?
I forget her name already. I'm bad with names. The girl that has the manifesto.
Oh, Alexius. It's actually a guy.
Oh, all right.
Yep. You go and start looking for Alexius. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Alexius is not an easy person to find. You start asking around, and people are like, I mean, the last time I saw him, he was over there. And then you'll go and look at that bookshelf, and he's not there. And then you'll ask somebody else, etc., etc.
Can I guidance?
Sure.
Cool. So I think I could just do this. Plus 1d4, and then roll normal.
Just dump 100 pounds of armor out of a bag of holding.
Yeah.
26.
Oh, 26.
pretty normal.
Yeah.
I have to be careful with the skull because the fragments are in there. So I have to be careful with that.
So 26. It takes you probably the better part of 30 minutes to find Alexius, but you do eventually find him. Not in the Athenium. He's actually on the road between the Athenium and the Ford camp, and he is currently kind of propped up in this like little crevice in that road, reading a book. And as you approach him, he adjusts his glasses and he looks up at you. I'm sorry, but you're actually blocking my light. Can you move?
Yeah. Is there actually any light around here?
There are torches along the walls and stuff.
Ah, cool. A step aside. What books are you reading?
Quick glance at it. Just a few sentences that you grab off the page. He's reading something about like the like proper formatting for archiving specific works of arcane nature. It's like some of the most dry droll reading you could ever imagine doing, even as like an academic person yourself.
All right. Rel steps to the side. I was told you have a manifesto of the books that have been translated and transcribed.
Yes.
He's not paying attention, is he?
No, not really.
Snuff out the light.
Um,
Snuff out the light.
I might in a second. Oh no, I have a better idea. I'm a bitch. Yeah, I was wondering if I could get that list. I'm looking for a specific book of a specific arcane nature.
Arcane nature. Yeah, you're free to. All you have to do is just go ahead and fill out the form. You need to go fill out the form. If you want the form, and he stops for a second, looks around. Oh, I don't have it on me. You'll have to actually come back later. I'm sorry.
What book are you reading?
It's something that we actually found and translated from the Athenium. It's about their archiving system.
I need to read spells. Please hold.
That would be a book that you're looking for. Archiving system.
Hang on. Where is... There it is. I need to read the spell. That's not it. There it is. This is what I was looking for. So prestidigitation says you instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. Does it have to be one of those three things, or can it be something flammable?
Thaumaturgy can do the same thing.
I'd say it can be something flammable, but you have to succeed on a DC 15 ability check to make it happen if it's not one of those three things.
Okay. No. Being a bitch isn't going to get me anywhere.
You never know.
Yeah, so that's great and all. What did Poe make us? Deputy. She deputized us. What does that make us?
You're basically like little mini ordinators.
Cool. So you know who Poe is, right? Do you know what the Rite of the Ordinator is? Cool. That's been enacted. I have been deputized. You're going to do what I say, or I'm going to burn that book.
He stops for a second. Roll an intimidation check.
I'm going to burn that book. God damn it!
Why did Poe give real power again?
I don't know.
Because because y'all get shit done. 13. He stops for a second. He looks up at you. The Rite of the Ordinator was activated? It was enacted?
Yes.
That's interesting. Looks down back of the book. I don't turns the book page. I don't actually think it was. That was a very convincing try though.
Cool. Yeah. I'm going to subtle spell. Does this ignite things? Is the book technically being carried or worn?
It is being carried.
Ooh. Nice.
So it can't ignite it.
Yeah, I guess not. Go crawl into a tunnel.
Fuck it. I'm just... Oh. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna subtle spell cast telekinesis and take the book.
Oh, okay. You just take the book. Go ahead, just make an intelligence check for me. This versus his strength. Okay, yeah, no, that's great. Okay. He rolled a -2. I'm sorry, that's a 1, so that's a -1 he rolled. Okay, great. As you just yank the book from his hand, what? How? What? The book now is just like floating away from him. What the?
Do you remember when I said I would burn this book? Do you remember when I said that the Rite of the Ordinator was enacted?
I do.
Do you want to go
don't
talk
like
to Poe?
Liars.
I'm not lying. Do you want to go talk to Poe right now? I'll walk with you, and we can go tell her about how much you didn't want to comply with what I need.
And what exactly, can you remind me, was the request?
I need a manifesto of the books that you have transcribed and translated down here.
Very well. Follow me. And give me my book back.
Rel kind of squints her eyes like, I don't trust you, but... She lowers the book down.
He adjusts his glasses and takes the book. Folds it under his arm. All right. Let's go.
I think I have to do this to actually consume the spell slot, yeah? Yeah, okay.
Yep. Begin walking back to the Athenium, and he takes you to a little side area. It's like, damn it. Rip. Takes you into this one tent, and you can see where there's boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of books that have been translated. And he pulls open a drawer and produces a large ledger-looking book. And he turns around and he hands it to you, and he's, "There's only 2 copies. Please don't mess with this one up." You're muted.
Thank you.
GG.
Well, that's rude.
Yes.
Right. Is there a short description on what each book is?
He just nods to the ledger in your hand. You open up the ledger. There are.
Okay. All right, thank you.
He just walks out. There are two guards in here, as a note. But they're vigil guards. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't think that guy has 6 charisma, but
he does.
You said that in I was totally swooned kind of way.
Oh, I did?
No. No.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, did I? Or was that...
You kind of did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think about it. I just did.
Okay.
It's your inner you coming out.
It is. He was like, "Oh, maybe I can see it." So from here, what is? You guys have, basically a day of downtime. What are you doing with it?
Can I get a list of how many days we've been out of camp since we last left?
Oh Jesus, I don't keep track of that, so
We could do that at the end of the session. If that's okay.
Um,
And yes, you do keep track of that. It's in your summaries.
no, that's the total number of days.
I would like to find any books with information on Tyranthor, or the Master, or potentially any of the Guardians imprisoned down here.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Cool. Can I guidance?
Sure.
Cool. Do the guards have proficiency in investigation?
They do not.
All right, never mind. Listen, I'm not saying I had a plan or something, but
That would be most definitely a no.
all right. Okay, investigation, and then plus 1d4.
I have to make some rolls as well. Behind the scenes here.
Wow.
Wow.
That is it.
Oh god.
Wow.
That's a natural one. Wow.
Wow.
I also have to make a roll here. Hold on.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So with
Wait, that
this...
didn't. Oh, I did it off the party vision. Hang on, that's supposed to be a lot higher.
Oh,
Okay.
Fucking
oh
roll.
shit. Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's still a natural one.
That is
Not gonna get a whole lot higher.
Okay, so 1 plus 12 is 13 plus 2 is 15. That's a 15.
Okay, wait, I did get a lot higher.
That is a lot higher. How the hell did you do that off the party vision token?
I had the token selected.
Oh god.
You fucking... What's your bonus to investigation?
12.
Oh. Okay. Jesus. It's a natural. Fucking okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. So 15 takes you from a total failure to a partial success. So, the ledger is a mess. It is encoded, and so he did not tell you how to encode it.
How quickly do I realize it's encoded?
With a 15, not especially quickly. You understand that the after a while, probably about an hour of reading through this thing, you realize all of a sudden that the descriptions, there's basically 3 parts to the ledger, and it's number 1, the name of the book, the description of the book, and the ID of the book. The ID tells you where it's located. You realize that all 3 of these are actually mismatched purposefully. And so... Mm-hmm.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What would my researcher feat do here?
So it'll give you advantage on the investigation check. Why not?
Roll one more.
It's a natural 1. It can't get much higher.
With
okay.
advantage.
Wait, I just take the previous 2 from the guidance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh shit.
That's a 34.
Okay. The dice giveth and the dice taketh away. Or in this one, I guess the dice taketh away and the dice giveth. I don't know how we have to phrase that one, but Jesus Christ. So yeah, you went from a natural 1 to a natural 20.
That would be a +2 to that, so that's 34.
Yep.
So you're looking at a DC 20 check. And you roll a 34. Okay, yeah, no problem. So, it takes you a moment to realize that the ledger is encoded. However, you are able to quickly decode it, as it's really just kind of amateurish. And then, just like these guys are idiots. And then from there, look at a handful of books. Begin kind of looking over some of them, and I will actually send you a list of those. As I will have to type up quite a bit there. So
yep, that's fine.
Okay. Amalia, what are you doing with your downtime day?
Probably working on my cooking.
Oh, okay. So I do have a question for you on the downtime cooking as well. Did you roll a skill check at the beginning of your cooking to determine how many days you knocked off of it?
What do you mean?
You had.
She
well,
did.
She did. Okay,
She did. I don't remember what it was though.
that's fine. I just copied the tracker from her journal. Do you see how many days is your cooking in total?
You mean like to finish it?
Yeah.
125 total.
125 total? Okay.
Yeah.
And then how many days have you finished?
It says 73?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I copied from your journal, I think, so that's probably correct. So in this case, I want you to go ahead and roll. Gotta take a moment to yourself, relax, sit back for a second, realize what the fuck just happened. And just take a minute. Set up your little mess kit here. Are you doing this in like the forward camp, the Athenium?
Probably in the forward camp.
Okay, yeah, go to the forward camp. There are quite a few guards stationed in the forward camp, way more than you normally would see. You even see several Magebinders and a couple of Spellrenders that are stationed around, which you normally don't see them out and about too much, really. And that's probably because they just found somebody dead. So,
Yeah.
But there are people kind of panicking, and those that are off duty right now are kind of on like high alert. And so you kind of go over to I believe you have your own tent, and then begin to kind of set things up here. As you do so, do you want to use any of like the rare ingredients that you found, or are you just cooking something normal?
Oh yeah, I forgot we had ingredients.
You have quite a few.
You know what, I'll try it, yeah.
Sure, which ones are you using?
I do have a lot of the black pepper, I might use that.
Okay. Putting something together, use some of that black pepper. I want you to go ahead and I want you to just roll me a, what is it? It's going to be, I think, a wisdom check, if I remember. Let me look something up with cooking tools real quick.
There is a thing here. I don't know what it does, though.
What is
Oh,
it?
that's not what I meant to do. Nope.
You have just
Never mind.
destroyed the forward camp.
Whoopsies. Don't worry about it.
Let's see here. I'm reading something about some bullshits and some stuff. Let's see, survival. Short rest, you can prepare a tasty meal that helps your companion regain their strength. You and up to 5 creatures of your choice. Blah blah blah. It doesn't tell me what the fucking base skill is. So I'm gonna say wisdom in this case. That seems to be the general consensus for cook skills. Wisdom or intelligence, really. I'll just let you choose here. So as you begin to kind of compile this meal and put it together, you kind of thinking, oh, maybe I'll try something like this. Maybe I'll try something like this. What exactly are you cooking?
I have no idea.
Okay. Do you have any basic ingredients?
Do we?
Bahir.
Bahir?
Yeah.
We still have
You
that?
do have some Bahir meat.
Yeah,
you
you have that gentle repose.
Oh yeah. I guess I think that's all I have. So probably
Okay, sure.
that.
Yeah, tossing together some of that Bahir meat with some Mirvanian black pepper. That's fine.
That's gonna be fine, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Go ahead and roll me a cook tools check. In this case, that would just be an intelligence or a wisdom check, your choice here. And given that you are using rare ingredients, I want you to go ahead and add a +10 to it.
That.
That do?
And then Is it a plus 10?
Plus 10. 19. Okay, it's pretty good. Begin throwing this together.
A good cooking roll.
Begin to throw some of this food together. It takes you probably the better part of an hour to fully prepare everything, get it ready. Fucking the Ford camp is losing their shit around you, more or less. But you take a piece of it out of the little pot that you've been cooking in and take a bite. Pretty fucking good.
You know what?
Pretty fucking good. Just as a note though, it's a little it makes your it's a little tingly. Like,
oh no.
It's like Pop Rocks. So it tastes.
What? That's the best kind of meat.
Exactly. No, yeah. It tastes like beef, closer to like deer or something. It tastes like a really gamey red meat, and then
My prediction didn't come true. Shit.
this is true. It tastes like a really gamey red meat, kind of like a deer or something. But then it has a sensory experience to it too, and it's like you just put a bunch of Pop Rocks in your mouth.
It's fucking great.
You do have a couple people come over and just be like, that smells good. What are you cooking over there? Do you share it with people?
Yeah. Sure, why not? I finally cooked something decent.
They all fall over dead.
All of them die. You just killed all these people.
Turns out, level 1 villagers, not as constitutionally inclined as you are.
Hey, listen, nobody down here is level 1. The Mages Association and the Historian Explorers Guild are gone. This is all Vigil.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we're level 2.
Hey, Magebinders are CR5. They're pretty tough.
But are these
That's like a level-
Magebinders?
No, these are not Magebinders.
Exactly.
They're CR1. That's like a level 4 adventurer. Come on. They're only the weakest thing in the world.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So just throwing this one out here. Would you roll a 19? Okay. You have completed a good meal. So you gain, let's see here. You gain 10 temporary hit points, and you gain plus 2d4 to your next roll of the day.
Hey,
Oh.
that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So,
Where did temporary hit points go?
if you look directly under your hit points,
There
there's
they
a little
are.
spot for temporary. It'll even put them on your sheet, so if I subtract hit points from your token, it subtracts those first.
How do I...
It's fucking
That's
amazing.
dope.
I wanted to ask that. I forgot how to do it earlier because
Okay.
I haven't subtracted the psychic damage yet.
So
How do?
So
Oh my god!
You can just subtract it. Like just
Oh,
type
I have to right
minus-
click the token. to
Oh
get
yeah,
all
sorry.
of this up.
Yeah, I meant to say
How
that.
much was it?
29.
Minus, 29. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Whoops. Hold on.
Hit enter. Right. No, that didn't work.
That's a lot
Minus 29.
nicer.
Try it again.
All right.
There you go.
Okay. there
Wait.
we go.
Hold on. That only subtracted 24.
That did. Nani.
Hold on. I'm gonna put your health back to normal.
Okay.
Try again.
Okay. Minus
29. There you go. That was weird. Okay, and then I'm gonna test something else as well. Hold on. You can just open your sheet and type minus 15 right on your HP. It'll work. You don't even have to do that. Yeah, I just subtracted that. So hit your HP, put plus 15 on your current HP.
Plus 15. Hey, nice.
That's fucking awesome. Okay, cool. So yeah, Amalia, you managed to cook a good meal this time and gained some positive effects thanks to that. Those temporary hit points. Sorry.
You said it was a 2d4 for what now?
2d4 to your next roll of the day. It lasts until you finish a long rest.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. It only happens for one roll, so like your very next roll. But whatever that may be, you get plus 2d4 to it.
Oh, wait.
So
got double guidance. And I have guidance.
yep, you could get plus 3d4 to your next roll.
That's
Now's the time for you to ascend to Godhood. You're just like, I want to start a ritual to overthrow the myths of Norden and become one of them. I'm like, okay, well, that's a DC 35, and you're like, all right, well, I have a plus 12 to that, so.
Oh no.
I don't think
So.
I have a plus 12 to anything. I don't think.
For reference, the highest tier meal that you can cook is a legendary meal. It's called a legendary meal. Its description is a meal fit for gods. It is a DC 40 check with, with tools to create one. You need legendary ingredients. You need one primary legendary ingredient and one secondary legendary ingredient. So 2 separate legendary ingredients. If you manage to make one, everybody that consumes the meal, up to 6 people in total, including yourself, gain 50 temporary hit points, plus 20 to their first roll of the day, and then they add 1d4 to every d20 roll they make that day. So.
Oh.
You cooked a good meal, which is tier 2, which is uncommon. If you roll especially low, you can also create an abominable meal. The description is, good gods, what is it? The ingredients are just question marks, and the effect is your HP maximum is reduced by half for the day, down to a minimum of 1. You have -2 to all rolls for the day. Do not eat this. Do not observe it. Bury it deep. Lock it away. No hero can save this. No good thing is commemorated here. So
that is something that I will make regularly.
Yeah, you have to roll a -5 for that, but I mean, it is technically possible.
Oh.
So yeah, tier above that for great meals is plus 20 temporary hit points, and then you gain +1. You gain the 2d4, and then you also gain +1 to saves for the rest of the day. So it just keeps getting a little bit better throughout the day, or every time you jump it up.
Cooking is dope.
Yeah, I made these rules a while back because I was like, oh, what happens when she finishes training cooking? Nothing. You can't do anything with cooked utensils. Like, there's no official rules for them.
Made them better.
Yeah. So.
And now they're good.
Yeah. There is an official rule for cooked utensils. What it is every short rest you can prepare a tasty meal. You and 5 creatures of your choice regain 1 extra hit point per hit die spent during a short rest, provided that you have your cooked utensils and food. And I'm like, that's useless. So, not only do we only take a short rest once in a blue moon, but also +1 per hit dice. Okay, well, congratulations, everybody. You gain 3 additional hit dice, or 3 additional HP.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So, you can do some cool shit with them. Anyway, yeah, you succeed here. I would say go ahead and add, given the nature of this roll, I would say go ahead and add +10 completed days.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. What are you doing with your downtime day?
Well,
Just chaos is like erupting around y'all.
Yeah, I don't think I can really do anything. I can hold off on you, I guess.
Onion?
Yeah.
I mean, you could finish it and still get enough sleep, so.
I might. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I don't think the Athenium would be the best place to do a ritual. Might freak some people out.
Nonsense.
Probably fine.
Okay.
You're a deputized Ordinator right now, so.
Alright. Sure.
Yep. Beginning that ritual, you spend the next 8 hours bringing Yin back to life. It is a process. It is grueling. But you do manage to bring Yin back to life. And just as you're ready to collapse and give up, you watch her twitch and look up at you and just go, bleh.
I hope you don't remember that. The part.
She just lays down. She seems exhausted. So both you and Yin suffer a point of exhaustion here.
And you just kind of curls up with her on the floor. Just kind of sleeps with her. Rests.
I gotcha. Just kind of like finds a spot in the Athenium, like against the wall somewhere. Just like. Okay. And then Xiao, with his downtime day, is going to he's going to do Xiao things. Okay. So the day comes and goes. You all find yourselves resting, or I don't know, Rel, do you rest? You find 3 books that are of special importance to this. One of them is 800 pages long.
Would haste
other two are
allow me
quite
to
short.
read it faster?
No, haste affects your physical body, not your mind, unfortunately. So I would say no.
Okay. How long
Yeah,
will it take me to read these?
The 800-page book, that's easily a 10-hour read minimum.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 80 pages an hour, which is fucking speed reading. The other 2 probably an hour each. They're not very long.
Cool. How long do I have?
You would have about 15 hours before this meeting, but that's including, the time you would normally spend sleeping, so.
Cool. Yeah, I don't sleep.
Okay. All right. You gain a point of exhaustion.
Neat.
And I will type up the fucking book report that on shit that you learn reading these, because it's
Cool.
quite a lot. You learn one book tells you it's basically a catalog of information about the floors within Deep Hollow. It was compiled by an adventurer, more or less, who was not originally a part of Deep Hollow, but I will tell you the summary is that by the end of it, that adventurer has now become a part of the ecosystem of Deep Hollow.
So dead.
Well, no, they joined the community down here. Not necessarily dead, but forced to not be able to leave. They could be dead by now. You don't know.
Oh,
Maybe they
okay.
lived
Gotcha.
for a long time. It could have been an elf or something, but. Yeah.
Does it have a name?
The adventure?
Yeah.
Not one that's mentioned.
Physical description?
No, because it's from their perspective, so they wouldn't really write out a physical description of themselves.
Oh, I thought they would write out their name.
Not really. It's not like they were cataloging this to show to the world. So what this is basically this is like a catalog of their own. It's their notes on floors.
Gotcha.
So there's no name or anything here. The second book describes some of the guardians, and this one seems to be almost like an official document of sorts. It's very bizarre to read. You don't know who the author would have been, but it's very formal and seems like a dossier on some of the guardians. You also, the main book, the big one, since you were looking for information specifically on Tyranthor, there is a large volume of lore on Tyranthor contained within this. It is not specifically just about Tyranthor. There are other entities mentioned in this, but they are all linked.
As I figured they were.
Yes. So, I will send that in the chat in Discord later.
Thank you.
As you all find rest for the day or not, you find yourselves waking the next morning, leaving your posts wherever you might be, and heading to the Athenaeum for a meeting with Poe. As you enter the Athenaeum, or in use case, as you wake up, you see that Poe is already there, and the meeting, it's an unofficial meeting, has already begun. They are discussing the proceedings for this Rite of the Ordinator that's incoming. And
Odd question, real quick.
Yeah.
Could you theoretically cast Catnap on yourself several times to get the effects of a long rest?
no, because the effects of a long rest, like short rests, never add up to a long rest because
You can
the reason
only-
long rests work the way they are because of REM sleep.
I'm pretty sure you can only cast Catnap once per day on yourself.
You can cast it twice per day.
Oh.
What happens
Oh,
if you
hold on.
extend it?
Just a second.
Earbud died.
Catnap,
Well-
you can. It depends on. Are we taking the 10-minute short rests and what lies below? I can't remember. I don't think we are.
No.
Oh.
I think
They're
they're hour long. Okay,
hours.
then there's no limit on the number of times you can cast Catnap on yourself in a day.
Okay. So what happens if I were to extend spell it?
Hold on. Okay, so it shortens an hour to 10 minutes. So that would be 80 minutes. So
But it says in the spell it can't be affected by the spell again until you finish a long rest.
oh, that's true. That's right. That's
Yep.
what it is. Okay.
See, told
So-
you, unlimited.
But extend spell extends it, so it'd only be one cast.
Extends
of
the
it.
duration, so it'd be one cast.
That's fair.
Can you ping extended spell?
I don't actually have it.
Should be able to turn the pages faster.
Let's see.
You don't have extend spell.
I do not. No, I was just curious.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Extend spell says it's in here somewhere. Okay. When you cast a spell that has a duration of 1 minute or longer, you can spend 1 sorcery point to double its duration to a maximum duration of 24 hours.
Okay, I got you. So it would be double it to 20 would be 1, double it to 40 would be that would only be 3 sorcery points. Well, no, because you can't spend more sorcery points. So that's the thing. You can't pour more sorcery points with extend spell into something just to keep doubling its duration, can you?
I don't know.
I don't think you can.
I thought you made reference at one point that you could, but I wasn't clear. I wasn't sure.
Let's see. That may have been a long time ago when I didn't know how this fucking thing worked. When you cast a spell, spend 1 sorcery point to double its duration for. Yeah, no. So, you can't actually spend more than 1 sorcery point on extend spell.
Okay.
Just like you can't spend more than 1 sorcery point on twin spell to have it, hit a third target or anything like that.
Okay.
So, yeah. You would double its duration, so you'd get 2 short rests out of it, I would say. But that would be that'd be the only effect there.
Okay.
So, but that's fine. You got a point of exhaustion, not a big deal. From here, you enter into the Athenium. You see that there's already been a kind of like unofficial meeting started, like everybody's gathering. You see some people are rather annoyed with this. You can see that the distaste on their face with an ordinator actually invoking the Rite. But some seem kind of almost relieved that they're not going to have to deal with what's been going on. You also see Akira there. And you see Hayan.
Can we make sure to stab them both? You is still kind of groggy. Can we still stab them both?
As you say this, Poe turns around and stabs you in the throat. No,
She's an ooze.
she's an ooze. Whoa.
Oh, sue me.
And Ooze is worried about other Oozes.
Yeah, what
I was
ooze is
just
worried
thinking
about other oozes? Right.
Like Hayan's just like, can we stab you? But yeah, you do see the triumvirate minus Bryce present and accounted for, though you have not seen if maybe they're legitimate or not. And Poe welcomes you into the meeting as you all arrive. Thank you for coming. This is going to be a bit of a long one, but hopefully we can get things sorted and figured out. Oh, gosh, what a journey this has been.
I'm serious about testing them.
We will.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Can Hang on, I need to look up the components of the spell. Foundry. I need Xiao sheet. I don't know where Xiao sheet is.
It's scroll further down, or you shouldn't actually have to scroll.
There we go.
It's
Okay.
in NPCs.
Yeah, that's under named NPCs. Yeah.
Does he has a spell, right? But is it prepared? That's the question.
What spell?
Greater Restoration.
I think that's automatic. No,
No, it's not automatic.
it is not prepared.
Do I still have time to prepare it?
Yeah, 100%. He would be able to prepare his spells. He just finished a long rest.
Cool. Cool. We'll take that. This requires cool. This Can I buy some diamond dust from anyone here? Kira, do you have diamond dust? Can I pay you for that?
I mean, it's the Vigil. They use a ton of holy magic. Definitely somebody here has some diamond dust on them. How much do you need?
1,000 silver pieces worth.
Oh, that's a lot.
So I guess it'd be 100 GP.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say somebody finally pops up like yeah, we have some, sure, and some diamond dust is retrieved from the coffers for you. 1,000 silver worth. Go ahead and mark it off your sheet.
Cool. I hand it to Xiao. Xiao, can I ask a favor?
What? Cast it where?
Can you greater restoration me? Is that something I can get you to do?
Were you up were you up reading
Sure.
books all night again?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I was.
Alright. I will.
Rel just spent 1,000 fucking silver so she could stay up all night reading books.
That is absolutely something I would do in real life if I had the money. And Rel absolutely has the money.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, so the greater risk, not just 1,000 silver, 1,000 silver and a 5th level spell slot. Sure, yeah, that's fine. But as this happens, the meeting does begin to proceed. The meeting is called to order, and people there are places to sit. There is a table. There's probably upwards of like 30 people present at the meeting. And as it begins, we'll go ahead and end the session. We'll pick up next session with this meeting.